Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining for today's conversation on clarity, credibility, and power of expert advice. Whether you're a founder, an executive, or a student navigating big decisions in your career, you've likely felt that advice is everywhere, but real guidance is much harder to find. And that's exactly what we're unpacking today. What does credible, outcome driven consulting really look like in 2025? And how do leaders make faster, smarter decisions without guesswork? With this, I'm thrilled to introduce our guest for today, Ms. Jyoti Dayah, founder and CEO of Kyoho. With 16 years of experience in global financial services, including as CEO of a multi-billion-dollar business, Jyoti has built and led across continents. From the boardroom to the bold leap of relocating countries, she saw firsthand just how fragmented expert advice can be, whether you're trying to grow a business, make a pivot, or just find someone credible to speak to. It is that experience that has sparked the creation of Kyoho, a platform which is now live in 34 markets, connecting users with verified consultants across strategy, finance, wellness, leadership, and much more. Jyoti, welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much, Sipali. It's great to be here. This is a topic I care about deeply because this isn't just about launching a platform. It's about rebuilding trust in how we make decisions. So I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you. Let's start from beginning. Before Kyoho became a live platform trusted across 34 markets, it started with something personal, a frustration, maybe a pattern or a gap. Jyoti, can you take us back? What was the most surprising thing you uncovered about consulting space when you first started building Kyoho?
Sure. Honestly, it's the noise, the polish, and the disconnects. Everywhere I looked, I saw consultant profiles that looked impressive, but when you scratched beneath the surface, the results didn't hold up. They all had smart taglines, slick branding, and then vague outcomes, if any at all. What really hit me, though, was how hard it was, even for senior professionals, to know who that they could actually trust. That gap between perception and proof is what stuck with me. And that's exactly what Kyoho was built to close.
Awesome. So you've said that Kyoho was built to close a gap between perception and performance. But there is another phrase you use often, and that is really standing out in this conversation, which is building with clarity. What does that mean to you, both as a founder and as a decision maker?
Sure, clarity is everything. It's knowing exactly what you're building, who you're building with, and why it matters. As a founder, clarity means having the discipline to say no. No to distractions, no to noise, no to advice that doesn't serve your mission. However, as a decision maker, it's about anchoring yourself in what actually drives real outcomes. That's not always what's popular, trending, or expected. For me personally, clarity isn't just a strategy, it's a filter, and it's the foundation for everything we've built at Kyoho.
Thank you, Jyoti. That sounds interesting. Coming to my next question, you have led at scale from large teams, handled complex portfolios to transformation across industries. But building a startup is a different beast. Can you throw some light on what parts of your corporate journey shaped up the way you approached building Kyoho?
Oh, that's a good question. I've experienced both sides of the decision making table. So, from building and leading large teams to complex businesses and navigating high stakes decisions with zero margin for error. So, what surprised me most was even at that level, real objective advice was really hard to find. You can have the title, the tools, the network, yet still struggle to get guidance that's clear, relevant, and results driven. That disconnect was impossible to ignore. So Kyoho was built from that exact friction. It's a platform built for people who need credibility at speed, like founders, operators, students, and professionals who don't want the noise. They want trusted insight that actually moves the needle.
Thank you, Jyoti. Spoken about what sparked Kyoho and the friction between decision making and access to real expertise. But even when you do have access, it's not that all advice is equal. In a world where everyone has something to say, how do you separate insight from noise? Jyoti, just a question. Have you ever taken advice that felt right at that time, but ended up stirring you, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Early on, I was told to delay the launch of Kyoho so we could add more features. The logic was something around the lines of more options will attract more users. But it did quite the opposite, actually. It diluted our focus, slowed everything down, and pulled us away from what mattered most, which was getting the core client experience right. That taught me a really big lesson. Even well intentioned advice can misalign if it's not grounded in your context or your stage. Clarity isn't just about what to pursue, sometimes it's also knowing what to ignore.
Thank you, Jyoti. That's such a powerful reminder. Even good advice can backfire if it is not right for you. On the flip side, what's one piece of advice that did land correctly, Jyoti? Something that really shaped up how you built Kyoho.
Sure, this might sound a bit simple, but it's build trust before you build scale. That's changed everything for us. That one principle became Kyoho's foundation. We didn't chase growth hacks or inflate user numbers just to look busy. We built the trust infrastructure first, from verified consultants to credibility baked into every user touchpoint. It made the early phase slower, but it gave us something growth alone could never do, which is integrity. And that's what's powering our scale now.
That's powerful. Moving on, Jyoti, let's shift the gears into what really sets Kyoho apart. Its credibility. In today's expert economy, it's easy to look polished, very easy to look polished, but looking credible and being credible are two different things. Jyoti, you've used the phrase expert inflation before. What does that really mean, and how is Kyoho cutting through it?
Sure. Expert inflation is real and it's confusing the market. Like you said, looking credible online has never been easier, but it says very little about capability. At Kyoho, we don't reward noise, self promotion, or pay to rank tactics. Our consultants are verified through identity checks, optional business validation, and where relevant, a review of credentials tied to the services that they offer. We prioritize relevance, integrity, and trust. Visibility isn't bought, it's earned through a transparent process that's designed to protect users and elevate real expertise. It's not about what looks impressive, it's actually about what holds up.
This is so true. And when that system works, it creates clarity for users. Jyoti, can you share an example where Kyoho has helped someone make a better decision?
Oh, of course. One of my favorite early examples is a founder based in the Netherlands preparing for a funding round. She needed specialized, time sensitive advice. So, upon signing up for Kyoho, she connected with two vetted consultants who led similar growth journeys to hers. What stuck with me was actually her feedback, which was along the lines with it felt like someone had already done the heavy lifting for her. She wasn't talking about the advisors. She was talking about Kyoho and the entire end to end experience. No endless scrolling, no guesswork, just relevant, verified expertise delivered fast. That's Kyoho in action. We've also seen students use Kyoho to build tutoring businesses straight from their dorm rooms, to turning their subject knowledge into more of a side hustle without chasing any DMs or handling any cash. And I think that's what makes Kyoho so flexible. The platform adapts to how you work, not the other way around.
That sounds incredible. Before we move on, Jyoti, I want to pause on one word we've used a lot today: consultant. For someone, that word might feel out of reach, might be too formal, too corporate, or just not something they see in themselves. But Kyoho is expanding that definition. Can you clarify what consultant really mean on your platform?
Oh, that's a brilliant question. Thanks, Sipali. So when we say consultant at Kyoho, we're not talking about a job title or whether you've worked at a big firm. It's more about value. You might be leading a team full time, freelancing on the side, running your own practice, or tutoring while you're at university. What matters is if you have real experience that helps someone else make better decisions or progress faster. We're not here to gatekeep or create unnecessary hoops. We're here to serve as professionals with lived experience and people who can create impact without the noise. There's no pitching, there's no endless back and forth, just trusted paid connections. that's delivered with purpose. So whether you're a strategist, a wellness coach, an AI expert, or a student offering tutoring in a subject that you've mastered, and this helps someone move forward, Kyoho is where you get seen, verified, and booked. You don't need to be famous. Just focus, capable, and ready to share what you know.
That's well said. And of course, trust becomes even more important when you're not operating in your home market. So, how does Kyoho support users globally, especially those without a strong local network, Jyoti?
So whether you're sitting in Cape Town, in Dubai, or in Delhi, or anywhere in between, Kyoho gives you access to consultants who've been vetted, not just for what they know, but how they deliver. You don't need a personal introduction or a local network anymore. And you definitely don't need to rely on outdated directories or guesswork. With Kyoho, you get trusted experts aligned to your needs. So you can make smarter decisions faster, no matter where you're based.
Oh, that's Jyoti, in a world full of AI generated answers, how do human consultants stay relevant?
Oh, that's a very good question. So AI gives you answers. Great
Yeah.
consultants ask the right questions. And that's where the real value lies. When it comes to strategy, growth, or leadership, we're not dealing with transactions. We're dealing with nuance, with context, and high stake decisions that require lived experience. In areas like financial structuring, legal navigation, or scaling across markets, you don't just need information, you actually need interpretation, insight, and discernment. That's where human consultants come in. The ones who've been there, the ones who've delivered, and not just theorized. So, in a world of automation, trusted expertise doesn't actually disappear. It's where it becomes a differentiator.
Thank you, Jyoti. And that brings us to the categories of consulting Kyoho actually offers. You have been selective and not sweeping. Can you walk us through the thinking behind choosing those 25 plus categories?
Sure. We deliberately focus on categories where the cost of bad advice isn't just inconvenient, it's actually consequential. These are areas that shape businesses, careers, finances, and futures, which ranges from leadership and legal all the way to financial strategy, mental well-being, and nutrition. In these fields, people aren't just looking for access. They need alignments, credibility, and discretion. So whether you're scaling a company, you're navigating burnout, or managing generational wealth, you don't want broad strokes. You want someone who's done it and who's done it well. And that includes emerging talents from, let's give you an example, a computer science student tutoring peers or creatives that are building side hustles. The future of consulting isn't just about corporate tenure. It's about usable insight wherever it lives. That's why every category on our platform has to earn its place. These are not vanity listings. They're high trust spaces where verified insights can shift outcomes and where real expertise drives real outcomes.
Interesting. So, Jyoti, we've covered the gaps, the solutions, and the systems behind Kyoho. But what is next? Jyoti, as Kyoho continues to grow, what is that we can expect in coming months?
Sure. We're building toward intelligence scale and expanding deeper category layers, enhancing our global verification systems, and introducing better models that anticipate what users need before they even have to ask. So, on the surface, you'll see a lot more experts, more coverage, more access. But under the hood, we're evolving into a trust engine, which blends behavioral signals, data, and verified expertise to power better decisions faster. The goal isn't just access anymore, it's intelligent alignment, which is global, secure, and in real time.
Awesome. And that brings me to the next question, Jyoti. What's one thing someone can do today to start getting better, more aligned, advice irrespective of where they are on their journey?
Sure. Start by asking yourself a very simple question. Is this advice proven or just popular? That one question alone can completely shift your decision making. And if you're not sure where to begin, then that's exactly why we built Kyoho. We meet you where you are and connect you to what's real. not just what's trending. Kyoho was designed to cut through the noise and give you direct access to trusted, outcome driven experts. It's not just a platform, it's a curated ecosystem of verified consultants across over 25 service categories, all focused on real outcomes and not algorithms. So, whether you're scaling, you're pivoting, or just figuring out your next step, take a look at Kyoho. The right advice at the right time can really change everything for you.
Thank you, Jyoti. This has been such a thoughtful and empowering conversation. And to everyone watching, if this resonated well with you, whether you're building, leading, or evolving, then Kyoho was made for you. Explore the platform, scan the QR code, download the app, or just head over to kyoho.io and start making decisions backed with clarity, credibility, and expert alignment. Thank you very much.